She's not in black, white, or gray, the primary colors. She's in green today. What's going on? She must be talking about the earth. Okay, so first I want to give a shout out to my friend over at Lunatic CC and Celtic CC. He plays games, he does meme videos and stuff on both of his channels, but if you actually listen to his videos, he finds different ways to kind of link everything and connect it back to the earth. So he's very passionate about the earth and how we treat the earth and things that's going on where we live, which is planet earth. So I do see the passion and I actually share the passion. I do not talk about the earth enough on my channel. I don't think I've ever spoken about the earth in a video. So thank you so much to him for giving me the idea for this video. And we're in green today because today on DiamondTV is Earth Day. Okay, so as I said, I do not talk about the earth enough. Today's video is dedicated all to Mother Earth, and you know, let's get right into it. Now, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, I am Diamond. If you are returning, the subscribe button is below. My Patreon is below. My PayPal is below. A lot of things are below, so click on those for me and let me know if they still work. And today we're gonna be talking about the earth, as I said, and the first thing we're gonna look at is some extinction level events that have happened in the past and can happen at any moment, even right now while you're watching this video. Okay, so let's get on number one. Okay, so we have the Ordovician Silurian extinction. Jesus, who named these? Oh my god. Okay, so that was 440 million years ago. Then we have the Devonian extinction, 365 mil. Then we have the Permian Triassic extinction, 250 million years ago. Then we have the Triassic Jurassic. I think we know that one. Everybody watched Jurassic Park or heard about it or seen the trailer or something, so we know what happened in the Jurassic extinction, you feel me? So that was 210 million years ago. And then we have the Cretaceous tertiary extinction, which was 65 million years ago. Cretaceous tertiary. Okay, all right, so it's a possible future extinction level events that could happen, as I said, right now. And we are on a site called thoughtco.com. I'm going to link them in the description if you want to check out the website for yourself. And this is called 7 extinction level events that could end life as we know it. And I'm just gonna skip through them. I'm not gonna read every single part of it. I'm just gonna give you guys like the overview of what the events are. And the first one is the sun will kill us. Straight to the point. We all know the CME and the earth, the sun sending out particles. It's gonna barbecue the earth basically. Then we have geomagnetic reversal, which is, I guess, the switching up of the poles. The north and the south poles flip and so go check that out because that's very interesting. Number 3 is the big bad meteor, which I'm guessing is a meteor hitting the earth. And what happens when that happens? I'm gonna read that later. I'm not really gonna read all of that on this video. I don't want this video to be too long because these are scientific theories that, you know, of things that could happen. So obviously with theories, you know, the length of the hypothesis is so long. At least they got pictures, you know, but it is so long and they're explaining why and stuff. So I'm not gonna be reading those for this video. I'm just, as I said, just giving you the titles. So if you're interested by a particular one, or you can just go and read on the site because it's pretty cool. It's pretty short for this site. But if you actually want to read up on these specifically and you need the information, because it is the earth, it is where you live, and at any moment we could die, child. So definitely, I'm saying if you want to, but you should read this, okay? So when you see people running, you say, you know, you don't gotta say, "Where you guys running?" You know what's happening, you know. So number 4 is the sea. I'll tell you guys about my fear in the Get to Know Me video, which is coming soon. And then number 5 is volcanoes, which we love volcanoes, you know, lightning storms. And I think there was one Yellowstone probably that they said could send ash clouds up into the sky that's gonna cover the sun, and the earth is gonna freeze. It's crazy. So it's very interesting, as I say. So go and read it on this site that I'm gonna link, but also look each of them up specifically and get more information, because it's crazy, it's wild. Okay, number 6 is global warming and cooling, and we're gonna touch more on that one today. And number 7 is we are our worst enemy, which obviously number 7 is like war and stuff, because people kill each other, and you know, nuclear bombs and stuff like that, and we can actually kill our own species. We can actually make ourselves go extinct with, you know, war with nuclear weapons and stuff like that. So that's crazy. Okay, that's crazy. All right, so that's it for that site. Now we're gonna look at, we're done with that site. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna link it in the description. Very interesting read, go check it out. No complaints on that site. Okay, no complaints on those facts. They're all very, very well cited. What we're gonna look at now, we're gonna look at some definitions, and I'm gonna define some stuff for you so you can, you know, kind of put everything into perspective. And we're gonna define the earth. And according to Wikipedia, the earth is the 3rd planet from the sun and the only astronomical object known to harbor life. About 29% of Earth's surface is land, consisting of continents and islands. The remaining 71% is covered with water. So imagine how big the continents and stuff are. Just have a picture. Your small town is huge where you live. And then you have major cities, you have big islands, you have big cities, you have huge countries, and you have big continents. And that's not even the majority of the earth. The majority of the earth is 71% water. Okay, so it's mostly oceans, but lakes, rivers, and other fresh water, which together constitute the hydrosphere. Most of Earth's polar regions are covered in ice, which we all know when ice melts, it's water. Earth's outer layer is divided into several rigid tectonic plates that migrate across the surface over many millions of years. We know what that is. They rub together, they hit, they collide. We have earthquakes, we get volcanoes, you know, lots of different stuff forms because of the tectonic plates moving. What else? The Earth's interior remains active with a solid iron inner core, a liquid outer core that generates the Earth's magnetic field, and a convecting mantle that drives plate tectonics. All right, so that's a little overview on the Earth. You got land, mostly water, and inside is fire and plates and all kinds of crazy stuff that has been forming and moving around for millions of years. Okay, so that's the overview of the Earth. Now we're going to look at population. Population in biology is the number of all the organisms of the same group or species who live in a particular geographical area and are capable of interbreeding. The area of a sexual population is the area where the interbreeding is possible between any pair within the area and more probable than crossbreeding with individuals from other areas. And that is the overview on population. I'm so sorry for the noise. I can't help it. I'm not going to stop reading every 2 seconds when a car passes because I live on the road, okay? And that's, as I said, that's the overview for population. Now we're looking at climate change. And according to Wikipedia, again, because I'm reading on Wikipedia, it says climate change includes both the global warming driven by human emissions of greenhouse gases and the resulting large-scale shifts in weather patterns. Though there have been previous periods of climatic change, since the mid-20th century, the rate of human impact on Earth's climate systems and the global scale of the impact has been unprecedented. The human activity that caused climate change is not disputed by any scientific body of national or international standing. Okay, so that means people know we're messing up the earth. We know we're messing up the earth. We know we're the ones doing it, and no one disputes it. No one says, no, we're not. We are. We definitely are. Everybody's sure we are the reason the earth is the way it is now. Okay, so I wanted to know population as it relates to climate change, and I went on populationmatters.org, and it says the effects of global warming are already bringing harm to human communities and the natural world. Further temperature rises will have a devastating impact, and more action on greenhouse gas emissions is urgently required. Population and climate change are inextricably linked. Every additional person increases carbon emissions. So give birth, that's an additional person. They gotta breathe, okay? And the rich far more than the poor, and it increases the number of climate change victims, the poor far more than the rich, which basically rich people, they have more houses, you know, they use more energy, they have cars more, like one person has 10 cars, so they do the most to damage the earth. They do more than one person does more than like 100 persons put together. You get what I'm saying? So they do more, and persons who, you know, you don't have a lot of stuff, you know, you're probably homeless, you're not doing as much, but because you're out there and, you know, you're not as protected, so you're out there breathing in the fumes, and you're out there just out exposed to the elements and stuff like that. This also says population growth is also important because it affects the Earth's ability to withstand climate change and absorb emissions, such as through deforestation, as land is converted for agricultural use to feed a growing human population. We're currently adding more than 80 million people a year to our global population. The UN projects that without further action to address population growth, there will be 2 billion more people by 2050. Okay, so basically what that means is population growth affects the Earth's ability to absorb emissions, right? So more people are born, which means we need more housing. Okay, for you to get housing, you have to clear the land, and for you to clear the land to build the houses, you have to cut the trees down, and if you cut the trees down, you use the trees to build the frame of the house to then add to the house, and then you have to have furniture in the house, which is mostly wood. A lot of the times the stuff is wood, you get what I'm saying? So the trees, the more, you know, trees that were there at one point that would absorb the emissions from, you know, 1 or 2 factories, now we're having multiple factories, and then you're having way less trees. So those few trees, you know, they're working overtime. They're not, you know, they're never going to be able to repair some of the damage that we have done. So yeah. Okay, so we're now at the end of this video, and I'm going to give you guys some ways to help. As I said, I'm going to list them in the description. This is going to be a very long description of this video, I'm gonna list them in the description. But ways you can help: number one, and this is from nrdc.org. Number one, speak up. So be an advocate, tell people about it, research and stuff, and make sure the information that you're spreading is the correct information. Give people links to resources that they can, you know, learn for themselves and share for themselves with their, you know, social media and their family and their friends. So speak up about it, okay? When you learn something, always share it with someone. Always dispute it. You know, don't just soak up everything. Dispute it, disagree, agree, but start the discussion, okay? And as I said, I'm gonna link some stuff in the description. I don't know if I'm gonna write all of this, trial. I'm gonna be tired, but I'm gonna link some of these resources in the description, and you can check them out for yourself. Educate yourself on the issue. It is a very, very, very important issue. The most important issue, if you really think about it. What else could we think about apart from not dying? That is the most important issue. The climate right now is the most important. Race, I always talk about race on my channel, mostly black people and stuff. That's not as important as being alive. You get what I'm saying? If we dead and the sun fries us, we're not gonna have no black people, no white people, no Asians, no Native Americans. We're not gonna have nothing. We're gonna be on fire, okay? Number two is power your home with renewable energy. And number three is weatherize, which they're saying that you should use less energy because heating and cooling is using a lot of energy around the world. So if you can, you know, fix your home a certain way where it is weatherproof, you know, you don't have to be using excessive amounts of heat or excessive amounts of this, you know. For example, getting a chimney. If you're living in an area where it's cold as hell and, you know, you don't want to always be using energy to use a heater and stuff like that. If you can actually have a chimney, it's better to have a chimney. If you're in an area where it's hot as hell, instead of you having the AC on, you know, you can have the fan on. You know, you can build your house in a certain way where the wind is normally blowing this way and stuff. So you get what I'm saying? So that's what they mean by weatherize your buildings. Number four is invest in energy efficient appliances. Number five, reduce water waste. Don't shower too long if you don't have to. I know people would say don't use the water because da da da, and people in Africa and they need the water and stuff. Don't think like that, okay? And then you have another set of people, who would say, I'm gonna use it because other people can't use it. That's not how you should think either. What you should do is be mindful and don't waste anything, okay? So don't say, okay, you can afford to buy 5 boxes of cereal and someone else can't afford to buy 5 boxes of cereal. Don't waste the cereal and say, okay, well, somebody else can't afford it, so I'm gonna eat, you know, 5 boxes of cereal mixed in with each other in one bowl and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Don't be excessive. Don't overdo it. Just do the right amount, and you know, just don't do too much, okay? And that's a part of wasting as well. You get what I'm saying? Eat in moderation and do everything in moderation. Shower in moderation. Drink water in moderation, because yeah, a lot of people don't have water and access to clean water and stuff like that. You have access to it. Don't waste it. Don't overdo. Don't waste, okay? Wasting doesn't only mean you pour it on the floor and you throw it in the garbage. Wasting is also you eating too much, you doing too much, okay? Not because I'm ranting. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm always trying to tell people to be a better person. And I'm absolute trash. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. What I do is, it doesn't affect anyone. What the negative stuff that I do, it doesn't really affect anyone. Number 6, actually eat the food you buy and make less of it meat. I was literally just ranting about this and saying I shouldn't say it, but it's actually 2 points. It's actually intertwined with 2 points. Number 6, actually eat the food you buy. When you buy the food, you know you're gonna cook once a week. You know you're gonna eat 2 carrots. Don't buy 6. Buy 2. Don't buy 6 and then you have 4 in the fridge until they are dry and crispy. Okay? And if you see you have something and you know you're not gonna be able to use it, give it away. Give it to someone who needs it. There's always someone who needs it right next door to you, right in the same neighborhood. There's always someone. Okay? So do that. Number 7, buy better bulbs. I know some of the spiral ones, I don't remember what they're called, fluorescent, LED, something. The energy saving ones, buy those. Okay, those are the best ones. They're brighter, they're prettier, they're cleaner looking. The other ones they look more yellow. The other ones are actually white and they make the rooms look better. So buy those. They're just overall better bulbs. So buy those. Plug the lights. Okay, so like how I don't use that TV. I mean, I use it for the video because I add stuff in the videos, but I don't actually turn it on. So it's never plugged in. You get what I'm saying? So if you know you watch your TV every single day, I guess you can leave it plugged in. But if you're gonna watch it like, once a week and stuff like that, don't plug it in. Don't leave it plugged in because it's gonna waste electricity. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna waste electricity. Just plug it out. Whenever you're ready to use it, you plug it in. Okay? Drive a fuel efficient vehicle, and we all know what that is. My dream car is a Tesla. Okay? The one with the car. That's my dream car for right now, a couple of years now. But yeah, whenever they get that 2017, maybe 2016, maybe that was my dream car from 2016, 2017, something like that. But whenever they come out with some new models and stuff, those will be my dream car. But right now the X is my boo. Number 10, maintain your ride. You can save a lot of gas each year if your tires are properly inflated and stuff like that. So as I said, each of these points, all you have to do is just look them up and go more into detail on these points, because I don't want to go in depth on everything. This video would be 3-4 parts and I don't really want that. I just want it to be straight to the point. So this video is me doing a PSA. Okay, so it's a public service announcement and you have to go do the research on your own, and I will link all the resources that you need in the description and you can just click on them. Okay, number 11, rethink planes, trains, and automobiles. If you don't need to, you can ride to work, you can walk to work, you can carpool to work. Don't take your helicopter from your home to your work. Don't take your private jet from home to work. That's very much excessive. That is just too much. Okay, that is doing too much. Okay, unless it's a helicopter pool where you have like 100, well, I don't know about 100, but I don't know the capacity of the helicopter. Unless it is full and you're just like traveling with a lot of people, then I guess you can justify it, but that's still luxury to me. You don't need a helicopter to be flying you from home to work. You get what I'm saying? Or a private jet or anything like that, or a Bentley, one of those gas guzzling cars. You don't need to be driving those. But y'all do anything for clout. Anyways, number 12 is shrink your carbon profile. And that says you can offset the carbon you produce by purchasing carbon offsets, which represents clean power that you can add to the energy grid in place of power from fossil fuels. So I need to read more on that as well, because that's very interesting. So you can buy carbon offsets. All right, and that's clean power, and that's gonna, why am I showing this. Kind of matches me a little bit though. But yeah, so those are the 12 ways. 12 ways that you can help. You can help the earth, help yourself. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're scared shitless. Do as much as you can to help your fellow human and the earth that we live on. With, again, yourself. And as I said, please, okay, do from 1 to 12. If you can't do everything, try to do as much as you possibly can to reduce your carbon footprint. You know, be a green person, okay? Have a green thumb, green finger, okay? Do as much as you possibly can for the earth, for your fellow human, for yourself. My throat is hurting me because I've been talking so long, and I hope I was not talking to deaf ears. Okay? The earth is our home, and if we destroy the earth, which we already are, if we continue to destroy the earth, we will have nowhere to live. Your family, your generations, everyone who comes after you will be in, you know, like how we are confused right now and freaking out right now. People before, they weren't as freaked out. Okay, they were a little bit calmer, and they were like, oh well, the next generation has to deal with it, and the next generation has to deal with it. You get what I'm saying? We right now, we're freaking out like, oh my god, this is gonna happen, this can happen at any minute, and this is happening right now, and what is going on, and we need to do this and this. We're freaking out now. The next generation, if we live that long, the next generation is gonna be worse. They're gonna be freaking out. So your kids, your grandkids and stuff, your great grandkids, I don't know how old you are watching this video, but they're gonna be freaking out more if we don't stop and reverse and try to do as much as we possibly can. They're gonna be freaking out more than we are now in this present moment. They're gonna be freaking out way more in the future. You get what I'm saying? So as I said, do as much as you possibly can. Be a good person, be good, and I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for the support on my channel. Okay, you know, we normally do comedy and commentary and stuff, but we gotta talk about the earth sometime because the earth is boo. Okay, the earth is our boo. So I'll see you in my next video. Peace. I always smile when I say the worst possible things. Oh my god, I'm so terrible. I am. I can't lie. I'll never lie. I'm terrible. Absolute garbage. But this green is kind of making me pop a little bit, okay? Okay, go on, sis. Work! 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 I have a mirror in the back. The ring light has a mirror. So I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking at the perfection that is in the mirror. Perfection. Oh, child. Try to kill the earth, and she will fight back. Alright? She will fight back, baby. What is this video about? Oh, my afro is coming in. Period. I'm gonna cut it soon though. Y'all know I don't like long hair. So as soon as it gets a little bit longer, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna start with the baby is just crying and just messing up my video. Shut up, baby. I mean, I love babies. I do actually love babies, but not while I'm filming. While I'm filming, they can shut up. While I'm not filming, cry all you want to cry. No one's gonna stop you. You're free to cry. But right now, while I'm filming, he is just crying. and he don't got no respect, and he's so young. You can't be crying right now when I'm trying to film, boy. Jesus. Is he done? Let's give him a couple seconds and see if he's done.